everyone, it's Jim and Bob here, bringing you yet another Blood Bowl encounter.
I just can't get enough of this sport, Bob, and I imagine that it's the same for our viewers.
They love it, Jim. And we'll soon be providing even more bloody images, thanks to our new fist cam technology.
Yes, it's amazing how many cameras you can build into a knuckle duster.
And we're off!
You made picking that ball up look easy.
Did you know that the Pestilence Blackhawks were the first Khemri team that took to the pitch again, Jim?
Oh, really, Bob? What woke them up?
It was the magical energy from the Cabal Vision Network. Good hand skills. The ball is caught.
Funny how his head went one way and the body the other.
Must have an elastic jaw.
Nihikara City Chiefs, Neterketet Bhagar Bandits, just to name a few good Khemri teams. What's your thought on their performances?
Well, Bob, I am not convinced. They have risen to their former glory. I think they were better in the old days.
It must be hard to be a Blood Bowl player raised from a long, long sleep, but I have to say, I'm impressed they remember the rules.
Apparently, not all of them remember the game so well, Bob. Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard.
That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department. You think he'll be able to get up after that blow, Jim?
Oh, yes. He's not the sort to stay down. Nurgle, Nurgle, Nurgle. Why are Nurgle teams always so popular, Bob?
Because all their fans are infected, Jim.
What a... right on the schmuzzle.
He'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on.
He's got a hand to the ball.
Yeah, now he's looking around for support. I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral.
Was that a chop, or did he run into his outstretched arm?
Whichever it was, it knocked his voice box so far down his throat, he'll be able to talk out of his...
Thanks, Bob. Slime balls, diseases, rotting flesh. To some, it's a beautiful sight, Bob.
Don't forget the smell, Jim.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me. I didn't notice that pungent, acrid stench of death and bile. God, bleh!
Looks like a pretty serious injury.
Just a flesh wound.
4 inches deep.
What finesse, what style, what perfection.
What a hammer blow!
Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy couldn't dodge that.
Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of the mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen.
Well, that's one with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one.
I bet that hurt. Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have got it full in the face. Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport. The Referees Guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided.
Just a few yards to go.
It's a touchdown! The players are positioned and we're off. Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving Blood Bowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck. That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge. Hold still and then pow! Right in the face!
There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting wizard assistance to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472 Quagmire incident, when rampant spellcasting caused the entire Bright Crusaders Stadium to sink into the earth?
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium.
According to the Spike magazine, Khemrian historians and psychiatrists make up a large chunk of the fan base for the Khemrian teams, Bob.
Yes, Jim. Apparently, amnesia psychiatrists are particularly fascinating with the Wallatup scavengers, because the only thing they remember are the basic rules of Blood Bowl.
Ha! Oh, yeah. Do you remember that interview we did with them once? The only thing they said was,
Score touchdowns! Well, he took a bad fall, and now that poor player is dead.
well, duh. As soon as he throws his first punch.
We know the opponent will be out for lunch.
Did you know one of the most unsportsmanlike Nurgle teams out there is the Decayed Renegade?
Oh, yeah, Jim. And they have a large appetite for foul play.
Let's hope for some of that action today, Bob.
Indeed, Jim. Oh, brilliant side kick to the face. Let's see that again in slow motion.
I don't know if he really liked that uppercut.
He may not have liked it, but he certainly ate it.
This player has opened the slapping box and gives rather generously. He checked that move.
Made him look stupid, you mean?
Blood Bowl players are getting more like their Albion League cousins every day.
That wasn't a light touch that put him down, Jim. That was a solid chop to the back of the neck.
Down and eat the dust. It's good for you. go, Nurgle style again, Bob.
Who can argue with some high-quality infectious foul play, Jim?
Indeed, Bob. Sure is funny to see the opposition trying to stay healthy when they play against a Nurgle team.
That's true, Jim. I think we're lucky commentating and watching the game from afar, Jim. The player has got the ball, and now he's the main target. That player's taken away on a stretcher.
But still alive, I can see the drool. You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal. Poetry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often.
They can start to move forward. Sometimes I think they were better off left buried in the sand, Bob.
Really, Jim?
Yeah, Bob. Have you ever actually seen a throw raw throw a long bomb?
No, Jim, but I thought you didn't like the throwing game anyway, huh? Boom! In the face, and then followed by a clean uppercut. Well done!
Was worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over it. That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the '91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him.
Oh, no, another one who actually plays the ball.
Good job there from a pair of safe hands.
He's spreading the ball around. The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away. Touchdown, ahoy! We'll see if the opposition has got an answer. Typical of the referee. The players just get warmed up and he brings them off the field.
I reckon that several players will appreciate a few minutes rest. Three, two, one,
Bust up!
Every now and again, Blood Bowl throws up a real mixed bag of a team.
Like the motley horde that's made up of a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, can't be easy to coach those cast-offs every day of the week.
Opponent down!
This is good sport. Yeehaw!
The attack can get their game going again. I think he's singing him a lullaby. Doesn't look like he'll be getting back on his feet too soon.
He should be up before next week's match. Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts. A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing, come to think.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent.
Yep, upside down. That's one way to look at things. In a game as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly, it's really ugly. That's one regulation clobbering.
The pitch is no place to lie down for a sleep.
Well, after an uppercut like that, he doesn't have any choice. Finally, there's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
Yeah, but from his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation. Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules? Wow! I can tell you straight, that hurts. Did you know that underworld judges woke up a century prior to the other Khemri teams?
Ah, yes, Jim. Which explains why they are the worst Khemri team out there in the circuit today.
The worst indeed, Bob.
That's right, Jim. They had no one to practice with.
He sent him down for a chat with the Astrogranite.
Now, there's an acrobatic routine worthy of a gold medal.
Yes, it's nice to see an uppercut followed by a double backflip. Now, there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry. If it wasn't for the blood flowing from his nose and mouth, you'd swear he was having a rest. What finesse, what style, what perfection.
What a hammer blow!
Sometimes I think they were better off left buried in the sand, Bob.
Really, Jim?
Yeah, Bob. Have you ever actually seen a throw raw throw a long bomb?
No, Jim, but I thought you didn't like the throwing game anyway, huh?
He checked that move.
Made him look stupid to me.
Boom! In the face, and then followed by a clean uppercut. Well done! Incoming!
Well, it is a violent sport.
Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy couldn't dodge that one.
That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
Blood Bowl is reputedly the toughest of all sports.
So they say, but it really only comes down to taking a few hits.
Hold still and then pow! Right in the face.
What violence!
Yes! It's a great spectacle, Bob.
Did you know the Nurgle rotters went missing in the Sea of Ice in '88?
That's right, Bob. They drifted for years, all the players frozen stiff in huge blocks of ice.
Until some local fishermen boarded the vessel and brought it southwards. Once defrosted, they were quickly back in business.
That's right, Bob. By the time the boat arrived back to shore, the crew had become devoted fans, and the ship's cat transformed into a beast of Nurgle. It looks like nothing can stop the Nurgle's rotters.
Yep, upside down. That's one way to look at things.
When he comes round, he'll be seeing double.
If he comes around.
Extermination!
I think he's singing him a lullaby.
Look over there. Some cute little elf beauties are selling big moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like big moot sandwiches?
Ah, no way! A little elf beauty, yeah.
He did him with the old, you look that way, I go the other.
That's a technical term.
It's in the handbook. Delivery is within stud's reach. This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family.
Ew, here we go, Nurgle style again, Bob.
Who can argue with some high-quality infectious foul play, Jim?
Indeed, Bob. Sure is funny to see the opposition trying to stay healthy when they play against a Nurgle team.
That's true, Jim. I think we're lucky commentating and watching the game from afar, Jim.
The bench seems to be in two minds about what to do about the player lying prone on the pitch.
Yeah, they don't know whether to send on a stretcher or a coffin. We don't see much of the heroes of law these days.
I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the heroes of law hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them. Poetry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often. That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splotch. Wow, I can tell you straight, that hurts. And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway.
I don't know if he really liked that uppercut.
He may not have liked it, but he certainly ate it.
Ew, slime balls, diseases, rotting flesh. To some, it's a beautiful sight, Bob.
Don't forget the smell, Jim.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me. I didn't notice that pungent, acrid stench of death and bile. God, bleh! Knocked his teeth down his throat.
Yes, Jim. That's never a nice sight.
Fine. There's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
Yeah, but from his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation.
Great control. Yes! Touchdown. One less. It doesn't make any difference now. Did you know one of the most unsportsmanlike Nurgle teams out there is the Decayed Renegade?
Oh, yeah, Jim. And they have a large appetite for foul play.
Let's hope for some of that action today, Bob.
Indeed, Jim.
Here we go again for another bloodbath. Clean take up there, nothing to say.
And I don't have any remark to add, my friend.
That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the '91 final against Reichland.
Oh yeah, you kneecapped him. That right hook was worthy of a Black Orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over.
Did you know the Nurgle rotters went missing in the Sea of Ice in '88?
That's right, Bob. They drifted for years, all the players frozen stiff in huge blocks of ice.
Until some local fishermen boarded the vessel and brought it southwards. Once defrosted, they were quickly back in business.
That's right, Bob. By the time the boat arrived back to shore, the crew had become devoted fans, and the ship's cat transformed into a beast of Nurgle. It looks like nothing can stop the Nurgle's rotters. They've won with style, and a lot of violence, too. A great... Time flies when you watch a match like this.
Too true. I hardly had time to catch a breath.
That's why it got such a high mark.
Their weight and power is inversely proportional to their intelligence.
Yes, I'm not sure what their game plan was, but it certainly didn't involve the ball.
They must be disappointed, but they've got to convert possession into points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they look very pretty passing the ball around, but there's no points for artistic merit.
Even with the best player on the pitch, they managed to lose.
Imagine what the score would have been if he wasn't there. They defended high up, keeping the opposition to their half of the field.
Blood Bowl just ain't what it used to be. Nobody doped to the eyeballs.
It's just not entertainment.
A bit strange, I might say. The ref didn't show one single card during the whole match.
I think somebody sawed his arms off.